Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Bhagya and I'm a post intern, and today we're gonna talk about all the things and all the basic versions and how to start with the Anki card app. So first things first, what is Anki card? It's the digital version of the flashcards, of the physical flashcards which we used to have, and this has a really big potential of the spaced repetition, which is really tough to do, and it always gets in with the procrastination. So Anki cards has this advantage of spaced repetition. So why only Anki cards? So it's because most of the factual things, I think most of us get we get forgetting them. We keep on forgetting those factual parts, and they have to be repeated, they have to be revised every single time for like at least once a week. And if we plan on doing that on a normal paper or pen and paper and think of scheduling that to do it after another week, we usually tend to forget that, or we usually procrastinate of doing this because we tend to believe that we already did it a week back, so why do it now, let's do it like a month after. So that's where the Anki cards really help you, because they have this scheduling technique in that, which is an inbuilt one, where if you schedule it after 4 days, you get those cards back again, which you can actually read while you're doing other rest cards. So the reviewing of these factual things is made easy with these Anki cards, and that has become a big part of my studying technique for the last 1 year, and it really helped in increasing my scores in my NEET GT test. So a lot of questions about what is it, how we have to do. So I thought, why not just make a video about how the basic version which I use is gonna be. So as I said, this is the basic version. Anki cards has this a whole lot of potential with a lot of add-ons. I haven't explored all of it because the basic version was really good for me and it was enough for me. So this has like 1 or 2 add-ons which I'm gonna include down in the description below, and I'm gonna tell you every single thing from the beginning, how to download up to the end, how to like schedule your cards. So without further ado, let's get started. So the Anki cards are usually for a normal Android version, and also for the Windows version we have the free one. So you can just download it from here. You just have to type Anki cards and you get a free version of that, which you can like download it from here. For the Windows you have free versions for the Windows 64-bit, which is the latest one, I guess. And you can also download it from the App Store, which is quite expensive, I guess. You have to like buy it, but you have a free version for this. If not any of this, you can like directly go to the anki.com and make your own. You have to like just in the Anki web, you can just go and you have to log in, and you can continue with just the normal thing. So once we download it, you get to have a appearance of this sort of thing. So you have text here, you can add, you can browse them. So we'll just like break down everything and see how we are gonna do. So the first thing is the appearance is gonna be like this, with all the cards which you make. I already have a few cards, and you can see I have a lot of things due right here. But let's just see how we're gonna make a deck. So you can have create a deck option is here, so you can create a deck in here. Just let's name it new cards. And so once you have the new cards here, you open it and you're gonna add them. So for adding the cards, you click on the add, and so the cards we have different kinds of cards here. You have the basic and reversed, the closed step. The most common things which are used are the basic cards and the closed cards. We're going to talk about those two cards here. So first we choose a basic one. So the basic one is like a normal card. You have a front part of that where you can add your question, and then you have a back part of one where you can like add your answer, like for example. So let's talk about what is workers triad. And then we right here we have endothelial injury, we have stasis, and then we have thrombophilia. right? So and then with that you're gonna add it here. You're gonna click add. So once you add it, let's just see. So once you add it, you get a card here. You're gonna like add study now, and this is how your card is gonna be. You have what is workers triad, and once you show the show answer quest here, you have the answer. So it's like you get a question, you answer the question, and once you show the answer, you'll find the answer there. So the below this is the major thing of Anki, that you can actually schedule it according to it. If it is an easy one, you can go for a 1 day or a 4 day one. If it is a tough one, you can like repeat the question again after 25 minutes or after 12 hours. So based on this, you actually schedule when you want these cards to reappear again. So I usually go for the easy ones because those are the cards which I usually read every single day. So that's how it's done. And then go. So let's make another card, which is, so this is the basic version of the card. Let's make the close card. So once you choose a closed one, so this is basically like a fill in the blanks one. So see, we are gonna, so we have what it's the same question, what are the triad of Virgo, and then you get to have the answer. We have 3 answers for that. We have an endothelial injury, we have stasis, and then we have thrombophilia, right? So thrombophilia. So how this close is gonna work is you can select and use this part of the option, which is the close button, or you can even use the shortcut. You use Control Shift and C, which gets to for this. So it's Control Shift and C, and then you get 3 types of fill in the blanks. So let's just add this here and see how this works. So now when you're gonna resume, you have 3 different cards because each blank acts as a 3 single card. So when you go to the study now part, so you're gonna have what are the triads of Virgo. We have 2 things. What is the third triad of Virgo, which is usually the endothelial injury. So that's how it's gonna be. Then you can also take all the 3 things into a single card. So let's just see how that's gonna do. So we go for the same thing. So when you have these 3 things, you can when you make the close card, if you want all the 3 options in a single question, like all you want to 3 parts in a single question, you just have to change all the numbers into 1 so that everything becomes a single fill in the blank option. So the advantage of close cards is that you get to know how many options you have to think about. So let's just see how this is gonna work. Now when you resume it, so this is gonna be how. So what are the triad of Virgo? You have 3 options to fill in the blanks, so you get to think about 3 different options. So that's how this works. Those are the endothelial injuries, thrombophilias, and rest of them. So these are the add options. I also had an extra one, like the image occlusion enhanced, which is actually I still have to explore it. So maybe if there is any other add-ons which I try to find out, I'll just include another video with all those things. But the basic ones are the basic and the close buttons. So that's about the adding part. And then browse is something which acts like this, that if you have a specific card and you want to know what card it is, like you can go through the browse option here. When you go to the anatomy part, you get all the cards which are present in the anatomy, like all the cards. And then at the same time, if you have the instruments, if you have a specific, if you change the card into a specific, like now we have done the new card section, right? So you have all the cards which are present in the new cards, and you can like go through and find out what cards are there. So that is for the browse option. And I don't usually use the stats, and the sync is you have an auto sync option in here. Then so those are what we have. A few add-ons in here. I'll just drop down whatever the add-ons we have. And for the settings one, we have preferences here. The basic preferences which I use is mine is the English version, and you just don't have to change any of them. Only the thing is you just have to change the scheduling part. Like sometimes you have the options like so you have the options like show next review time above answer buttons, show on remaining card count, show learning cards, with the larger steps, Anki 2.1, new time zone. The basic one is here, mix the cards. So you have three options, like you have new cards which you are adding every single day, and you have already the revision cards. So what do you want? If you want like new cards to be first and then you want to review the remaining cards, or if you want the new cards to be at the last or the run. So that have the topics, parts here. Mix new cards and reviews, show new cards after the reviews, and show new cards before the reviews. For me, I usually mix the reviews and the new cards because some of my cards date back to 2 or 3 days, and some of the cards are at the same time. If I ask them to show new cards before review, then I'll be reading like the same card which I just done a few minutes before, so that's not very thing in here. But you have shown new cards after the reviews. If I do that, my review cards are almost like 1500 and I can never get through them, so I usually mix the new and old cards in here. Whatever you have scheduled for today, those cards will be reviewed back again after the midnight. That is, if you have done, so for example, see, I have done 164 cards here, and I have scheduled most of them to 4 or 5 days, so the remaining cards are like 1500. So this gets reset again at 12 o'clock usually, but I don't want them to be at 12 o'clock because sometimes I might just go back and say. So that is why what I do is I keep at 5 hours after the midnight, so that so whatever it's almost like they get reset at about 5 o'clock in the morning, so there will be fresh cards there to check up. And I think you don't have to like any changes in here. The only thing you need to change is when you want your cards to see, and just tick about all the things which you want here. So that's it for today, guys. If you like this video, do share, subscribe, and do let me know in the comment section below if you want to like have anything extra regarding this Anki card, or if you want to have any specific videos. I would love to know. And the timings of the videos which are gonna be uploading is quite different now. I am thinking of uploading twice a week because I have a lot of time right now and there's a lot of postponements happening. So the videos will be up, one on Wednesday and one on Saturday at 7 o'clock in the evening. So do check that out at these times. So for that you need to have to subscribe the channel so that you can have a notification every time I upload a video. And well, have a great day. Meet you again.